Today we'll explore compassionate alternatives to provoking narcissistic behaviors. With empathy and courage, we can transform relationships. Let's reflect on options for change. How can we dismantle narcissism with care? Before we delve into these compassionate alternatives for addressing narcissistic behaviors, it's important to note that these responses are based on one perspective and approach.
My opinions.
Each counselor or individual may have their own unique philosophy, beliefs, or experiences when it comes to dealing with narcissistic behavior. We all grow and learn in our own ways, which can shape our responses.
Compassionate.
So consider these answers as one viewpoint among many, and feel free to explore various approaches to find what resonates most with you and your specific situation.
More compassionate.
Let's now explore some common questions people have about relating to narcissists.
Unusually compassionate.
How can an empath hurt a narcissist? It's understandable to feel resentment when harmed. It's understandable to feel urges for revenge when hurt. But meeting toxicity with more toxicity often backfires. Meeting harm with harm breeds more destruction, but reacting with empathy and wisdom creates more meaningful change. There are gentler paths to justice that uphold our humanity. How do you make a narcissist lose their mind? Attempting to make someone lose their mind through provocation or torment ultimately degrades all involved. While difficult, the healthiest approach is responding with emotional maturity, calmly addressing issues, setting boundaries, and leading by example with patience and compassion.
Do you enjoy provoking me?
What words can destroy a narcissist? No words can truly destroy someone's spirit. While insults may provoke reactions, they rarely motivate true growth and healing. There is great power in speaking truth with care, uplifting our shared humanity even in the face of hostility. What angers a narcissist the most? All people desire to be treated with basic dignity. So narcissists likely feel most upset when shamed, invalidated, or humiliated. But reacting angrily often escalates the conflict. The healthiest response is relating to their underlying wounds with compassion.
I don't believe it.
When an empath stops caring, it's understandable to reach the limit of one's care after prolonged mistreatment. Establishing boundaries helps prevent caregiver burnout. However, upholding some level of care for all people aligned with one's conscience preserves an empath's open spirit. And how to make the narcissist suffer forever? Our aim should not be to make others suffer, but to cultivate mutual healing, even in difficult relationships. With empathy, honest communication, and firm boundaries, we can create change without harm. The goal is to break toxicity's cycle, not perpetuating pain. The best revenge on a narcissist is the notion of revenge sends relationships down a harmful path. The healthiest revenge is living authentically, prioritizing self-care, and constructing a life aligned with your values. When you refuse to compromise your worth and lead by example with integrity, you inspire change in others and live freely. Relate with compassion. It's tempting to lash out when hurt, but staying calm diffuses conflict. Respond with patience and see past behaviors to the wounds within. Like sunlight nurturing a flower, kindness helps people bloom. For example, if your partner belittles your interests, avoid reacting in anger. Listen to their pain and offer empathy. Your warmth plants seeds for their reflection. It's like turning the temperature down on a pressure cooker. The situation cools rather than escalates. Establish clear boundaries. Decide what treatment you accept, then communicate your needs firmly. Boundaries demonstrate self-respect. If a friend constantly puts you down, explain clearly that you won't tolerate humiliation. Just as a fence protects the yard, healthy boundaries show others how to respect your space. Address issues directly but avoid attacks. Speaking up prevents conflict build-up, but avoid blaming or shaming. Explain your aim is mutual understanding. Solutions arise when all feel heard. If bottling up grievances with your sister, gently bring them up. Create safety first. I want us both to feel valued. Hurling insults destroy trust, and uplifting humanity fosters change. Lead by example. When treated unkindly, respond with compassion. Your consistency can inspire reflection. If a co-worker gossips, kill them with kindness. Like sunlight breaking through clouds, your courage and care leave an impression. Encourage self-reflection, ask thoughtful questions to inspire insight into their impact, but avoid accusation. Your questions illuminate their inner wisdom. If your friend lacks empathy, gently ask how they think their actions affect others. People change through awareness, not shame. Your words can mirror their conscience, motivate accountability. If harmful patterns persist, request concrete change, but call in with care. Don't call out, help them rise up. If your partner keeps forgetting plans last minute, explain your feelings, then request 24-hour notice in the future. Offer grace and expect improvement. Vulnerability builds bonds, open up to foster trust and intimacy, share your authentic experiences and needs. If sensing distance from your spouse, express your longing for closeness. Like water nourishing soil, vulnerability cultivates understanding. Listen without judgment. Seek to understand others by asking thoughtful questions, not making assumptions. Listen patiently. When your child is upset, don't scold immediately. Listen to reveal root causes, suspending judgment, make space for truth. Validate feelings. Acknowledge others' emotions without necessarily agreeing. Validation builds bridges. If your partner feels neglected, simply say, "I understand you feel that way. Let's find solutions together." Feeling heard leads to reflection. Find common ground. Despite differences, seek shared hopes and values. These connections reveal our shared need for compassion. If you and your mother-in-law clash, appeal to mutual love for family. Shared passion is common ground to build understanding. Reflect before reacting. When triggered, pause and respond thoughtfully. Creating space allows wisdom to emerge. Next time someone blames you unfairly, breathe consciously before reacting. Feelings settle so you can respond with maturity. Speak your truth calmly. Communicate your perspective gently yet sincerely. Blame provokes defensiveness, while calm truth fosters openness. If a friend spreads rumors about you, speak your truth without attacking them. Honesty unravels misunderstandings and illuminates lies. Believe in their potential. Believing in someone's basic goodness often empowers them to rise up. Your faith in them acts like sunlight, nurturing a sapling's reach for the sky. Even if your partner acts selfishly, envision their growth potential. Seeing past temporary behaviors pulls that potential forth. Set positive expectations, assume the best in others, and expect compassionate responses. This often manifests in positive outcomes. Expect your son will do his chores, not blow them off. Assuming the best anchors higher behavior, meet defensiveness with patience. If met with finger-pointing or denial, remain grounded in care. Like an anchor in choppy waters, your compassion stays steady. Respond to their ego with empathy. Defensiveness dissolves when met with patience. Focus on mutual growth. Make conflicts about shared learning, not blame. We all have room to mature. Reframe arguments as opportunities to understand each other better. Mutual growth enriches relationships like nourishing rain restores gardens. Find shared goals. Despite disagreements, desired outcomes are often aligned. Joy, peace, and connection build from that common ground. Even if you and your sister clash, appeal to mutual longing for familial harmony. Shared visions reveal our universal need for shelter. Keep an open heart, even when difficult. Approach relationships with an open heart. Consistent warmth transforms. After a falling out with a friend, release pride and offer forgiveness freely. Like sunlight ever ready to stream through clouds, an open heart mends broken bonds. Release grudges. Make an effort to understand, forgive, and move forward from hurt. If unable to forgive right away, acknowledge your pain. Accept healing takes time. Releasing grudges frees your spirit like a bird released from a cage. Lead with love, even when challenging. Lead with care, wisdom, and courage. This uplifts all. Intense moments, breathe consciously. Regain your center, then respond from love. Darkness cannot persist when illuminated by compassion's light. Retribution breeds harm. The desire to inflict retribution through provocation or torment may arise when hurt, but meeting harm with harm breeds destruction. There are gentler paths to justice. If wronged, pause before reacting vengefully. Instead, consult your conscience. How can you respond with integrity? Right action often arises from inner stillness. Avoid emotional manipulation. It's tempting to play mind games when feeling powerless or provoked, but these tactics ultimately degrade us. There are empowered ways to establish boundaries. If lashing out in anger worked in your family growing up, unlearn those patterns. Channel that energy into direct, thoughtful communication instead. Unmask falsehoods through truth rather than attacking character. When you uncover deception, stick to the facts. Expose the lie, not the person. Truth has the power to illuminate reality. If your friend denies gossiping about you, avoid name-calling. Calmly confront the contradiction instead. You said ____, but claim you didn't. Help me understand. Sincerity unravels falsehoods. Defeat harmful tactics through wisdom. When facing underhanded approaches, respond strategically, not with equally destructive games. Wisdom defeats dysfunction. If a co-worker sabotages you, avoid reacting spitefully. Document facts, implement safeguards, lay clear boundaries, and work towards resolution. Meet provocation with compassion if provoked, detach from ego, and respond from wisdom. Anchoring in care diffuses blind reactivity. Provocation is meant to distract you from your inner power. Meet it with non-reactivity. Like a lighthouse unshaken amidst waves, become immovable in your center. From there, conscious action arises. There are many options beyond provocation when facing narcissism's harm. With empathy and courage, we can break cycles and encourage mutual healing. May we thoughtfully break cycles by lifting each other up with empathy, compassion, and understanding. We encourage you to share your thoughts and experiences with these compassionate approaches to dealing with narcissism. What resonated most with you, and do you have any additional insights or real-life examples to share? Your input is valuable, and together we can foster understanding and growth in challenging relationships. Thank you for being a part of this community. Take care, and until next time, stay patient, find peace, and embrace wisdom
By
on your
letting them
journey.
suffer.